Hi again, this is Charlie Destries with a few tips for some of my favorite people on the planet, professional salespeople out there that are, that carry the bag every day and make those phone calls and represent companies that may or may not have it together. And there's an awful lot that companies expect of you, and in return they pay you a pretty good salary and they give you some security, although these days it's a little bit weird. And so there's some things though that I think you need to learn in order to be a more effective salesperson. And the other thing I think you need to do is to find a way to cut the umbilical cord between you and your company. In other words, you need to do more things on your own, shell out a few bucks out of your own pocket instead of worrying about expensing it, and taking a few chances. In other words, do it first, then ask for forgiveness. Because companies, sales management in particular, in say small to medium-sized companies, are stretched beyond belief. Many times they're younger folks who are not that experienced. They're not really in a mentoring capacity. Some of them even have their own sales territories. They're involved in business development, or they're under the gun because sales are behind. Usually in small companies, especially VC backed, that's the case. Why? Because VC boards are whacked. That's why. When it comes to forecasting, but that's a whole other video. So I'm going to put together a series of videos, and this is part one of the things I think you need to know, some of the tools of the trade that aren't being taught right now and aren't frankly being used a lot in the field. I'll give you one example. A website. Well, sure, you have your company website, and you have all the information that a customer could go to that company website for. But what about one on yourself? You. If your name is Ken Smith, then kensmith.com is something that you buy at GoDaddy.com. There are dozens of other domain registrars out there, and it costs about $10 a year. So go to GoDaddy.com. I have no vested interest in these companies, by the way. That's a generic URL. And buy kensmith.com. Only if your name is kensmith.com. Then go to a few different types of websites out there, like I think it's called webs.com, webs.com. Maybe it's web.com. But anyway, free websites. Websites where you put up a website, you have your own domain name now, kensmith.com, and you build a nice 2 or 3 page description, biography, background on you. Now think about it for a second. Your company has a biography, most likely on the on their website, where it says about us or a company, talks about management, has a nice picture and a bio of all the different folks that are running the company. Well, why not you? You're probably a lot more important than they are, because without you guys, frankly, they ain't nothing. So build yourself a website and put on there the background, what you look like. Put on an autoresponder, so somebody can actually send an email to that autoresponder and get back some information from you automatically. Maybe you have that on a business card. Get to know the web world, especially you older folks out there. The younger people out there are, they've grown up with it, they understand it, they may or may not know how to use it, but they certainly have a better feel for it. You old horses out there, the veterans in selling, definitely roll up your sleeves. It's not that hard, and understand how it works. So learn the web, and I'm going to put together in the next video a number of different companies that you could go to on the internet for free or very little money to create a website, and bingo. Now, what's the other reason for doing this? In one of my other videos, I talk about differentiating yourself. Your company does a great job of differentiating your products from your competitor, but quite frankly, you're selling to people, and people buy from people still, even in this electronic age. And the more personalized you make it, the more they trust you, and the more likely they'll buy from you. So what does that mean? Well, you want to differentiate you from your competitor. And your competitor may be just as nice as you are, maybe as good a product or better than yours. But if the person out there does a better job humanizing their sales, they're probably going to do okay. So web page, developing some bio on your background, some personal stuff, pictures, maybe a video like this. Fantastic. If you don't want to put up a web page, then start using video and YouTube. Because, again, you can have your own website on YouTube for free. You can upload videos and talk about your, talk about the application maybe. Talk about the product. Make sure it's accurate, right? Because once it's on video, it's out there. and your company will definitely be upset if you say something inaccurate about your products and services and applications. And whatever you do, do not ever slam your competition on those videos or on your website. They're your friends. That's another video. So anyway, look for my series. We're going to be talking about how to use texting. We're going to be talking about video email. We'll be talking about things like sending faxes, greeting cards, and telegrams. Crazy, huh? I mean, why not? It's different. It's differentiating yourself. And so we'll be talking about a slew of technologies that are not used a lot in our industry. And boy, the people that do use them, they will differentiate themselves, they'll humanize themselves, and they'll probably have a better shot at that business. So this is Charlie Destry signing off for tonight. Have a great day. See you later. Bye.